Good evening. How are we all? Hope we are well. Thank you for joining me. Just checking that I am live in the right place. It doesn't seem I am anywhere. I can't make it. It took its time connecting actually tonight. There we go. We are there. So, for those of you that don't know, my name's Lisa, and I am the face behind Lisa's Loft, and I am here to inspire you with all things papercraft. Right, so this month my product spotlight is the Summer Happiness bundle, and I've been sharing lots of products, or lots of projects, should I say, over on my social media. That's on Facebook and Instagram, using this bundle and also the matching washi tape. I have been using it, bringing in other products as well, but today we are going to be creating a page to go alongside this page that we made a couple of weeks ago. I have some photos that I've taken quite recently that are at the beach, and I thought it'd be quite nice to use this page to pop them on. So I do need more. So I thought we'll do another double page spread. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. We'll do another page to create a double page spread. So let's switch our cameras and you can have a look at this. So if you remember, if you watched, we created this water background using the water mask and the blending brush. And I had some bits left, including this bit. I thought, right, we'll use that tonight. I have pulled in the Azure Afternoon two-tone to use and a basic white 12 by 12. I think I am going to go basic white for this one. And I'm thinking of something quite simple. Bringing down that, perhaps adding some blue either side of it. I think that'll be quite nice, and then decorating using some Calypso coral for my photo mats again, carrying that through, and then we'll do some embellishments. So first of all, I'm going to cut some strips of Azure Afternoon just to pop either side of that. I think that'd be quite nice. Keep that down one corner. So let's cut. Now I work in inches when I'm doing scrapbook pages, so I'm going to do 1/2 inch, which is plenty. In fact, I don't need 1/2 inch, do I? Will 1/2 inch be no, that's quite nice. We will do 1/2 inch. I'm just going to cut 2 1/2 inch strips for this. Right, let's see. We pop that about 3/4 of an inch from the edge, followed by our water, followed by the other strip. Now I'm thinking that's too wide, so I am going to layer this on top and probably have about 1/4 of an inch. Yeah, that's better. Right. That's okay, because rather than laying it neckline up next to it, I'll layer it on it. Let's just pop a bit of glue right down this left hand edge. I only need a very thin stripe, and then I've had to find it easier this way. Line that up about the middle, about that, and then we'll do the same again. I'll put it down the right hand edge and don't have to spin it round. And we'll line that up around the middle. I mean, you could just cut a piece and stick it on, but I haven't got a lot of azure afternoon two-tone, and because it's not a colour I use all that often, I thought it'd be nice just to cut strips. Alright, I am going to do a bit of mask and blending on here just to break all the white up a little bit. Wrong thing. Find my mask, which is up above. There we go. Bring in the water mask. Now I don't want a lot of it because I have already got quite a bit, so I am just going to do a little, very light, just with what's already on my brush. I'm going to add any more ink. There we go. That's just very light on there. Put that away. Right, so I'm going to glue that down. I'm just going to put my glue right on the inside edge, because you know I like to tuck things underneath, and that way I'll still be able to get them underneath. Line that up about 3/4 of an inch from the edge, there about somewhere between 1/2 and 3/4 of an inch. Excellent. Right, now for my photos, I'm going to want a few. So I'm kind of thinking I'll go 3x4s. I could have 3x4s. And we want to balance it with my other page, so I'm going to bring my other page in and look. And of course I haven't done them straight, so I don't think I want them straight on here. Something like that maybe. So I'm going to cut my mats out of Calypso Coral, which I have lots of scraps that I'm going to use. Let's see if I've got any big enough pieces. These might be okay. I want 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. That's not quite big enough, so we'll go 4 1/4 that way. by 3 1/4 that way. That will be 1. I'm actually wondering about doing another 6 by 4. 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Because this I can have just with lots of photos on. Another one. 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then we'll find a piece that we can do as a 6 by 4. What's this one? No, that's got die cut out to it. And no, that's not big enough. So let's get a new sheet. Oh, Calypso Cog. Now this has got some discoloration from the sun, but we're going to be cutting it off, so we don't need to worry. Let's open our trimmer. I've got 6 1/4 by 4 1/4, and the other side's absolutely fine. And these bits will be okay to trim down for other bits in the future. From where I used to have my cardstock, unfortunately the sun took the colour, which is why I now keep it. I mean, it's in a different place, but I do keep it covered when I'm not using it. I have an old tea towel that I put over just to stop the sun. Now I have glue dots on the back of these that have got a little bit sticky to them, but I just stick them on. We can have something like that. Maybe. And then that there. So I've got lots of photos. Hi, Carol. Oh, that's okay. Don't worry. Yes, the swaps. I was very lucky indeed. We're just doing a scrapbook page. I don't know if you remember a couple of weeks ago we created this page, and I've got lots of photos from at the seaside, which I thought I could use these for. So I wanted to create another page to go alongside. And I'd got this strip left over from before, so I wanted to use that. And then I've just done a little bit of masking down here just to get rid of the plainness of the white, because there is a lot of white. And then I thought if we have something like that, because I've got lots of photos, rubbish, and then I've had plenty of room to stick my photos, and we can just yes, you like the low idea. Yeah, I just thought, it's a little bit of fun. Why not? Right, so let's stick these down. So first of all, I'm going to do this one. Again, no glue into the center in case I want to overlap. I'm going to come about 1 1/4 inch in and about central top and bottom. Might be a little bit further to the top, but that's okay. I've got these more or less where I want them. It's probably about 1/2 inch from the top and 3/4 of an inch in. And I have found I'm not very good at getting things straight, especially when I'm looking at it far away. So I do apologise for that, but you know what? It's handmade, so it's not going to be perfectly straight, is it? Line that up equal. There we go. Right, now we can do some stamping and decorating. Let's move this out the way so I can see my pages. And I want to stick to the colours. So we've got our Azure Afternoon, Calypso Coral and Crushed Curry, and there's a fly. Here I have a little pot of things I've been stamping and die cutting and that over the week, or over the month actually, and I thought I might be able to use some of these up. There we go, that's another flower that we used. That's a camera. These are out the washi tape, so they're actually the wrong colour. Won't do those. Oh, we have another pineapple. That's washi. And we have some sunglasses. Excellent. I don't think I want cherries because I haven't used any cherries on the other. So let's do a little bit of stamping for some other bits that we might want. Some cardstock. So we've got glasses, we've got a camera, we've got our flower and our pineapple. So we need a sun, and we need flip-flops. What else do we need? Oh, bottle drink. I think that's it. What we've got on our other one. What I might do is a couple of some things. Let's grab some blocks. And I want another flower, not particularly. Might do another pair of glasses, maybe. Grab a bigger one. Make life easy. And another camera, I think. There we go. Right. That should do us. So I'm going to do my sun first because I'm doing that in crushed curry. I've got a cat on one of my shelves on my desk above my head. I'm just waiting for her to jump down. I'm going to do a couple of these. And then we'll have a Calypso Coral flip-flops. I might actually change the colour up. I want a piece of scrap. I had a piece of grid paper for Stampin' Up, and now I've lost it. I was using it this afternoon. It can't. Oh, there it is. Popped it up out the way. I think it can't be far. Right. So we have one set. Oh, don't like that. Doesn't stamp very well. That's me. User error. I'll have one set in Calypso Coral. excuse me, and we'll have another set in Azure Afternoon. And we can mix the colours about should we wish. Beautiful. And that'll do black. We'll do a couple of the drinks in case we want a couple of those. I need that. I've already got one pair of glasses, so we will just add one more. And we'll add one more camera. Give that a good ink up. Excellent. Right, so the only thing we'll actually die cut is the flower and the sun. So I just need to die cut my sun. Right, I'm going to clean these off. So they're ready to use. Should we want to add any more colour? There we go. Right, let's do some different bits in this. So, Calypso Coral Light, which I have got a new one. I'm just going to colour in the inside lightly. With the blend. Excellent. And then I will do Azure Afternoon Light. It's such a nice shape to colour. She's odd. Just easy. There we go. Right, then we'll do Azure Afternoon for glasses, like we did on the other one. It's dark. I did the dark. Yeah. And then blend it out. Not that I think there's a lot of difference in the light and the dark Azure Afternoon. I know we do get some colour variation with the blends. But mine do tend to be very similar. And just the dark in the background. Okay, and we'll do a camera. After all the swaps I did with this, not too bad at colouring these now. I do say so myself. Top down there. Blend that out a little. I'm being quite careful not to, because there's not much variation. I don't want to go over the light too many times because that will make it very similar in shade. Just add a little bit of shade there, and then we'll colour that in light. There we go. A simple camera. Then we'll do these in our Calypso Coral. Again, I think I'll do these how I did the others, which was dark from the one end. But there's no right or wrong in how you shade them. Oh, that's a bit. No, it's not going to work. Because my light is a bit vibrant colour. Almost neon. That's okay. That's a blend. Back in with the dark on the rear of our glasses. And then we'll do our camera the same as the other. It's the bottom. Also on the edge. And then the top. Drag that out a little. Just do those little bits at the top. Marvellous. Now we've got our drink, which we haven't got crushed curry, so I'm going to bring in my crushed curry pencil somewhere. There it is. My crushed curry pencil that looks anything but crushed curry. Nice. Same on this one. Just for the citrus that's meant to be inside. You could make them to be any pieces of fruit you wanted. Mine's pieces of pineapple or grapefruit maybe. Right, we'll have on Azure afternoon. I don't know what I'm going to be using where. Oh, the Calypso Coral. I'm just doing it so that I get a mix of colours. Not overlaid under with one colour. So I'm just going to go over this all in light. Maybe not so much with the Azure afternoon. It might make the Calypso, the crush colour a bit of a murky colour. Oh, there we go. I'm not quite sure what drink that will be, but it's a drink of sorts. Fussy cutting. Seem to be doing a lot of fussy cutting lately. There are dies for these, but I prefer a bit of a closer cut. And they don't take particularly long to cut. Now, for those of you that have bought the hot foiling machine, the free class that you received with it streams tonight, 9 p.m. I believe it is. But if you can't watch live, it will be available on the replay. I'm not sure I'll be taking part tonight. I might have it on, but I think I'm a bit crafted out today. Seems odd to say, doesn't it, that? I'm getting a bit restless sitting here. Still recovering from the weekend, to be honest. And I came home Sunday. Dell fetched me about 3:30, 4:45, something like that. And I sat on the sofa and I was nodding off. You haven't brought it, you're not sure of the expense. No, it is a considered purchase, definitely. I treated myself, which is why we're living on beans on toast. Yeah, I've had to cut back in other areas because I did treat myself. And I've never had a hot foil machine, so I quite fancied it. But I haven't gone over the top. I ordered the machine, 1 gold foils and 1 bundle. Since then, I have ordered the silver foil and another bundle because I've seen stuff done with it that I really like. It's the larger sentiment, so I haven't gone crazy. But yeah, I came home, nodding off on Saturday, and Dad was like, "Why don't you go and have a lie down?" I was like, "Yeah, but it's like 7 o'clock, something like that." I was like, "Yeah, I will." I didn't wake up till the following day, and I think I woke up late as well. And then Tuesday, I fell asleep in the afternoon again. Did some bits and then stopped for my lunch and sat down and I was falling asleep. And ended up falling asleep. I think yesterday, I didn't fall asleep yesterday nor today. I struggled to get up yesterday. But I got up okay today. But yeah, I kept going all weekend. And then just have to take it easy afterwards. I've got a quiet weekend this weekend, which means that I can rest. And I've got a few weekends at home, which is nice. Have I used it? I had a little play. I haven't made anything. I want to have a play tomorrow and try and make something. At the moment, I've just started creating ready for next month for social projects, and I think what I've got, I'll show you in a moment. I'm using the can't think of the sweet. The flowers with all the in colours. Beautiful Boutique, is it, with boutique blossoms? I'm using that next month, and I thought that the bundle of brought, if I can find it, I thought it'd go quite nicely. I brought the flourish and frames, and I thought I could mix that in quite nicely with the frames and stuff. So I'm looking forward to having a go with that. Thought that would be quite useful. I get a lot of use out of frames. I had to go on two-tone cardstock, just seeing how it worked. But it is very pretty. So yeah, I'm looking forward to having a play. If not tomorrow, over the weekend. And creating some things to share next month. I have seen some beautiful things done. The large leaf flourish stamp and hot foil die. I saw that somebody had done it onto a like calico linen bag, drawers, zip pencil case bag, and that looked gorgeous. I thought that's a very good idea for gifts. It looked very elegant. So we shall see. Waiting to see if they bring some more stuff out for Christmas. I think it'd be nice for Christmas. Christmas tends to be when we use a lot of glimmer and shine foils and that kind of stuff, doesn't it? So it would be nice. Okay. Round. Right, get rid of the rubbish, and we shall die cut the two suns, because I don't fancy fussy cutting those out. They're not the easiest of shapes. I've got my larger machine set up, so I may as well use that. Let's grab some washi, line that up. I have to say, it's gone extremely warm in here all of a sudden. I know they've put out another yellow warning today for heat. It's been a while since we've had a heat warning, but there's another one gone out this evening for the coming days. I haven't looked at the forecast to see what they're saying heat wise, but yeah, I've got another warning, which is just marvelous. Been quite enjoying it as it is. At least you can actually get some things done. All right, there we go. Let's pop those away. I don't think I need that anymore. And we'll bring in our page. I'm not going to have any writing, I don't think. I might actually. So happy together, because what I've got is pictures of lots of us together. You pop that on. That would have been nice there, but I was going to do it in the crushed curry, which won't show there. That's a bit light now. I think it looked better there. Let's do it there, and we'll have to do it in black. Pop it there and put some decoration around there as well. Wasn't going to put a subtitle on or anything, but I think this will fit the photos that I've got nicely. Right. We've got our sun. We can have a nice pair of sunglasses. And a camera. And maybe a couple of drinks. Like so. Pineapple. You don't have to use them all, obviously. Quite like that there. That makes a bit of a balances the fact that there's lots there. We want our sun. And then maybe some flip-flops. Strewn about. And a sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Right, let's bring in this to balance up and see. Thank you. I mean, it is a completely different page, but I just wanted them to coordinate, not to match. But I'm thinking that I'm quite happy with what I've got on there. So let's go with sticking those on. If we want to add a bit more, we can. We'll add our sun on dimensionals again. Little itch. And then our flip-flops. Just chucked it down there. Just left. A pineapple over the corner. We'll have that on dimensionals. And we'll put our sunglasses on dimensionals. Down here. I quite like the way that frames a bit of a title. Put that there. Put these on dimensionals too. Oh. Someone. That one a bit straighter. Right, let's see. I do find it easier if I look on the screen. Oh, move that. I think I'm quite liking it. Do I want that flower in there? Just seems a bit of a big space there. I'll just fill it a little. I'm not sure about that being there. We could move that. No, we can't because that's stuck. We'll pop that back. It's quite odd, just stuck out. Not sure. Not sure. Not sure at all. I'm going to leave it. Right, let's get some bling. And we used the Sunspot Sparkle sequins and Calypso coral of those. So we can go with that for this one. And we used them in 3s. I'll go on that. A little one. And then another little one over here. Then we can have a large one over here. I don't want it to line up exact with that one. Those like that. And then we'll have, notice I've got 2 there, which is odd. I don't normally do a 2. So I am going to add another there. I'm sure it must have come off. And then I'll just add a 3 along here. Oops. Cat hair. There we go. I'll just fill in there. Right. Pop these away. We can have a little tidy and a look-see. Pop my glue away. Oh, I think once I've got the photos on there, by the beach and by the sea, that'll fill that quite nicely. It won't be by a pool or me lying on a lolo, I can assure you of that. But it's some photos by the sea, which will go quite nicely with that, I believe. Right, so let's give this a clean. And I think we are done for this evening. So I'll just switch our camera. Thank you, Carol. Yes, I'm pleased. She used up some pieces that I'd got left over. It's given me some more leftover pieces that I've just done and not used, but that's okay. I've got another week of playing with this bundle, so we'll see how we go. But yeah, I'm happy with that. I can get my photos printed and get those put on. Well, thank you very much for joining me. Yeah, there's nothing I don't think I've got anything that's happening Nothing to fill you in about that's coming up. Check out my save a date for the 3rd of October for my online album class. And that's it really. So thank you very much. I hope you have a lovely weekend and week. Carol, I shall see you Monday, all being well. I'm going to catch up on your others this weekend. So yeah, thank you very much, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.